Yo, I'm Troy, this is TM Fitness. So, in my free Facebook group, TM Fitness / recreational athlete, I asked the question in the poll at the beginning of the week: if you suffer with chronic pain, where is the place that you experience it the most frequently? And the overwhelming answer was lower back. Shock horror. Of course it's the lower back. It's almost always the lower back. Something like 85% of the population have experienced lower back pain at some point in their life, and a large number of those, it's chronic. So when we talk about chronic pain, we're talking about pain that has lasted for more than 12 weeks. So you're no longer in that acute phase of injury. You're now in the chronic phase where it's ongoing and often debilitating. So I just wanted to make this video to give you some thoughts around managing back pain better and how you can move out of back pain. So number one, you are not your pain. So do not think that this is the end. Okay, pain doesn't always mean damage. There may be a lot of things going on that are contributing to your pain. It might not necessarily be damage. Number two, if you've had any kind of imaging done, you've gone to the doctor, you've had a scan or an x-ray and they've told you you've got degenerative discs, you don't. You may have an aging spine. Your spine degenerates in time, just as your face gets wrinkly or your hair gets grey as you get older. It's a normal part of the aging process. It doesn't mean that your spine is damaged or broken. It doesn't mean that you're the so-called degeneration, which is mostly dehydration, by the way. It doesn't mean that that's causing your pain. Also, with imaging, it's just a snapshot in time. You don't know what your spine looked like before the pain. Any of those pathologies like bulging discs and prolapsed discs and scoliosis and spondylolisthesis, any of that stuff, that may have been there before the pain developed, so then probably not the cause of the pain. And in fact, in the research, it shows quite clearly that two people can have identical spine pathologies. One has pain, one doesn't. So it's almost certainly not the pathology, quote unquote, that's causing the pain. And I keep doing that because it might be, especially with stuff like scoliosis or hyperlordosis or hyperkyphosis, you know, things like that. It's more a case that the spine features rather than spine pathologies. So don't catastrophize these things and build it up to be something more than it is. Okay, so that's kind of a little bit about the mindset thing. So keep that in mind. Maintain a positive mind. Your pain, your back isn't damaged beyond repair, almost certainly, unless it is, you know, like you've been in a car accident and you snap your spine in half. For most people, that's not the case. So what can you do? Well, A, as I said, positive mental attitude. B, you want to be tidying up your movement a little bit. So any movements that trigger more pain, stop doing those, or do them less frequently as much as possible. If you get a lot of back pain from sitting for long periods, think about changing your chair, your sitting position, maybe trying a standing desk, or just remembering to move. Yeah, if you can't change any of those things and you have to be sat in your chair for long periods of time at work, remember to move. Set a timer to remind you to do like a minute's worth of movement, do some stretches in your chair, get up, do some squats, have a little walk around your desk, go up and down the stairs, whatever, but just do like a minute's worth of movement several times throughout the day. Moving more is going to be better for you, for helping to reduce your back pain, than moving less. And then you need to be working on some specific areas of mobility. So often with the lower back, because it's quite a mobile joint, the muscles around that area can get very tight and tense. They're feeling that way because they're fatigued and possibly because they're weak as well. So stretching your lower back more is probably just going to piss it off more. What you need to be looking at is the mid-spine area and the hips. Flexion, extension of the mid-spine and rotation in the mid-spine, gentle movements, don't go too mad, and the same with the hips. And if you're mobilizing those two areas, that will help to release some of that tension in the lower back. Then you need to be looking at stiffening the core to stabilize the lower back and improving muscular endurance of the extensor chain muscles of the back. So doing some exercises like planks, things like bird dog, you know, that kind of stuff. And then obviously you need to strengthen the body. Just get stronger. Squats, deadlifts, pressing actions, pulling actions, rotation, anti-rotation movements. And then other things that you can think about are your sleep position. Maybe you need to get an orthopedic pillow, maybe you need to get a better mattress, maybe you just need to think about the position that you sleep in and change that. And those are kind of the basics. Do that over time. Be aware that occasionally you're going to have relapses, but when you have a relapse, tell yourself that it's not permanent, that you're not damaged, you're not fucked. You can get out of this just like you did before. Do all those things, get back to normal. And as you get stronger and fitter and healthier, you will notice that the relapses will happen less frequently. And when they do occur, they don't last for as long. So, you know, keep that positive mental attitude. So that's a little brief rundown of how to deal with back pain. If you want to know more, I have a free, I have a premium online course called the Back Pain Solution. Just go to the link in the bio, click that and find my online courses, and you'll find the back pain solution there. Any questions? Leave a comment. Ladies.